It was one of the greatest civilizations on Earth, but its secrets lay hidden. All that was left of ancient Egypt were the crumbling remains of its stunning monuments. But why they were built and who built them remained a mystery. The answer surely lay here, in the sacred texts of the pharaohs, the hieroglyphs. For centuries, scholars had struggled to crack the code. All of them had failed. In the end, it would take a war to help solve the mystery. On one side, Napoleon Bonaparte, the most feared warrior in Europe. On the other, the might of the British Empire. But long after the guns went silent, the battle over the hieroglyphs would rage on between two of Europe's most brilliant minds. From France, a poor country boy, a genius of language.
Test me. Go on.
All right. Chair.
Say.
Table.
Sokji.
Bed.
Lol.
His name, Jean-François Champollion.
If this is right, then so am I.
And from England, the most brilliant mind of a generation.
Where do you start? Mathematics.
Urbane and rational, the celebrated scientist Thomas Young.
The heads must face the start of the word. That's how we know which way to read them.
This was to be a duel with much more than just personal pride at stake.
Well, remember, we cannot possibly let the French beat us to it.
I shall translate the hieroglyphs. That'll be my revenge on those English barbarians.
The most important clue was a stone covered in strange writing. Both men believed they could unlock its secrets.
Here it is, the hieroglyph for priest.
Ramesses.
Only one of them would succeed. When Napoleon Bonaparte invaded Egypt in 1798, he did more than just conquer a country. He uncovered a lost civilization. Egypt had been virtually closed to Europeans for centuries, and when the French saw the pyramids of Giza, they were astonished. 4,500 years after its construction, the Great Pyramid was still the tallest building in the world. Everything about this ancient culture seemed extraordinary.
Over here! Come and take a look at this.
What do you think it is?
Different scripts on one stone. Why would they do that? This is Greek. We can read this.
There were 3 inscriptions on the stone. The mysterious ancient hieroglyphs at the top, then another unknown text, and at the bottom, ancient Greek. This was a unique find. Although the first 2 texts were unreadable, Greek was a well-known language and could be easily translated. Along with his soldiers, Napoleon had taken an army of scholars to unravel Egypt's ancient culture, including antiquarians, artists, and linguists.
It says here that all 3 scripts are saying the same thing.
so by translating the Greek, they would know what the hieroglyphs said. But there were problems, and the first one was Horatio Nelson. At the Battle of the Nile in August 1798, Nelson had attacked the French fleet at Alexandria and ripped it to shreds, trapping the French in Egypt. After 3 years of siege, the British finally ran the French out of Egypt. Now, everything France had gained belonged to Britain and her allies.
We agree, General Manu, that your scientists may keep all their notes, drawings, and papers. But I must make clear that the antiquities you have seized may not leave the country with you. And that includes the stone.
Stone? What stone?
That stone.
No, I'm sorry. That particular stone doesn't belong to the Republic. It's mine, personally. I bought it from a local trader.
Perhaps you could provide us with a bill of sale.
The French had, however, thought to make copies of the stone. Their finest linguists and code breakers in Paris were already trying to crack it. Most notably, an academic called Sylvestre de Sacy. But its meaning eluded him. As far as he could work out, the hieroglyphs were mystical symbols. But far away in the provinces, a child prodigy, Jean-François Champollion, was growing up. Although too poor for a privileged education, his elder brother encouraged his gift for languages. And by the time he was 13, Champollion spoke